Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy AZ and today we are watching record-breaking heatwave hits Australia day. This is actually a news and I have been hearing a lot of news around Australia around the heat wave, and I recently got a comment on my video too from Dr. Boris01. He said that you guys are getting a temperature of around 40 degrees Celsius for 8 days straight. Wow, that is insane, guys. So that is why we are watching this, and I wonder if this happens every year or if this is actually due to the global warming, due to a lot of climate change. We humans are destroying the nature. Maybe that could be the reason. So let's just start. I'm excited, and before I start, hit that subscribe button. Right now I have 5 subscribers. You could be one of them after this, so do it. Let's just start now.
Look at that sky cam right now in Melbourne. That smoke haze was heavy over the weekend as well and doesn't seem to be lifting anytime soon. For more on the conditions around Australia, we are joined by Country Fire Authority's Jason Heffernan, Senior Meteorologist Sarah Scully and Brent Maneri from Surf Lifesaving New South Wales. Let's start off with you, Jason, if we can. What is the latest on the bushfires in Victoria this morning? We know that the conditions over the weekend has fuelled those fires.
Yeah, we've still got 6 major fires burning across Victoria, but all focus at the moment is on that Carlisle River fire. With temperatures and conditions tomorrow, I'm very concerned about that fire and where it will end up. And we'll be talking to communities a bit later this morning about specifically what we want them to do in and around the Carlisle River fire area. But tomorrow we'll see the start of an 8-day stretch, potential 8-day stretch of above 40 degrees for the northern parts of Victoria, including the Wildfire area. So it will be a very challenging day for firefighters on Tuesday, but to be frank, it'll be a challenging week for community and firefighters more generally as they continue to sort of do the great work that they're doing on the fire grounds across Victoria.
I guess the concerning thing, Jason, is when you look at the map there of Victoria and you've got those fires that are so far away from each other, right? But so much concentration on those two particular areas, and we're still seeing all that smoke haze right across Melbourne. We know the Otway Ranges as well. You know, it wasn't that long ago Polar Bay was burning. So what's your read on where this situation may now progress to?
Oh man.
But we do anticipate.
Oh man. So bushfire is the actual reason for the heat wave. People are actually evacuating their homes. We can see it here written. Oh, that is so bad. Did it rain after this? This video was, I think, January 26th. So it's already 6 days old. Did it rain after that? Is the condition better right now?
In fact, it's almost certain that that Carlisle River fire will spread under tomorrow's conditions. It's quite a large fire area, and thanks to that breakout that occurred the other day, containment of this fire before tomorrow's weather is just simply not possible. So we are expecting that fire will run and will affect more communities tomorrow, and we'll be having a little bit to say more specifically to those communities later this morning with some action that will be going on within those communities. But don't forget, we've still got the Longwood fire and the Walwa fire, as well as the other fires that had at Skipton and Streatham over the course of the week. Now, they still have hotspots. We are seeing periodic times of flare-ups across those fire grounds, particularly in the centre of them, which our firefighters are also responding to. Under tomorrow's weather conditions, hotspots will become hotter and again will generate smoke, and I'm sure more fire responses across the day. So tomorrow is a day for Victorians to make sure they've got that Vic Emergency app,
Look at that.
have a battery powered.
That is huge. Look at the smoke that is coming out. I have heard so many news every year about bushfires in Australia. I don't know what causes this, but this is pretty bad. Even for, the animals living there and the residential areas, not just near the fires, but everywhere. This is really bad thing to happen. Is it due to the desert areas, due to a lot of heat waves there, or is it caused by humans?
Radio tuned to their emergency broadcaster because it's going to be yet another interesting day for communities.
Yeah, the conditions couldn't be worse, and those warnings to evacuate need to be heeded. Do we know just roughly how many, Jason, are affected in terms of the community numbers?
We anticipate that there'll probably be over 3,000 people affected, potentially affected by the Carlisle River fire if it does breach containment lines and run under tomorrow's weather. So again, we'll be having a bit more to say, but I think you just hit the nail on the head. We will be talking to communities. We will be offering them and giving them specific directions and advice. They will be required to follow that for their own safety and the safety of emergency services. So again, we'll be issuing those things later this morning, and we are heeding Victorian communities to take the action as required by authorities.
Yeah, and we're thinking of all those emergency workers, trying to battle through those awful conditions. Jason, thank you. Sarah, let's just come to you now as well. Jason did give us a bit of a glimpse into what the forecast is looking like over the coming days. I mean, this heat wave, it's a warning in place right across the country. What temperatures are we expecting? What kinds of conditions do people need to work through?
Yeah, look, the temperatures today are expected to be 45 plus across much of South Australia and pushing into parts of northwestern Victoria, central and western parts of New South Wales and even southern parts of Queensland as well. So really high temperatures, and those high temperatures are combining with the windy conditions with a trough approaching, reaching extreme about the southwest of South Australia. As we head into tomorrow, however, the peak temperatures are expected to shift into the southeastern parts of South Australia, western Victoria and central parts of Victoria with extreme fire dangers and a wind change, which can really complicate the fire behaviour. So, yeah, the severe...
48 degrees Celsius. Man, that is insane. How do you guys live with that?
Extreme heatwave conditions look set to continue well into next weekend. We don't have any strong cold fronts that are expected to flush the heat away. So, yeah, this heat is here to stay, particularly on and north of the dividing range for Victoria. But for the next couple of days, it is expected to be quite complicated with the fire with regards to that trough moving through with the heat.
That's nasty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Brent now. Brent, boy, oh boy, if it gets warm in Sydney, you're going to have the job ahead of you as people want to go back in the water. There has been plenty of concerns about sharks, obviously, given the awful events of last week. What kind of measures do you have in place for swimmers just to reassure them?
Yeah, morning, Carl. We've stood up additional UAV resources, all those drone resources across the majority of the state over the last few days. What we've seen over the weekend so far is the fact that between our aerial assets and our on-water assets, where there's been a sighting, we've been able to alert the community quickly, evacuate them, ensure that it's safe to return.
Damn, so many people are on the beaches. What? Shark attacks? What is happening in Australia?
And make sure
So
that
even the
people
beaches
feel
are not
safe as
safe
they
right
come
now?
back down to have a swim this weekend.
Do you know, the other thing is, I'm not sure, it sort of branches out a little bit, but there are a lot of people, it's such a great boating community in Sydney, right? Do you have any kind of advice on those going out on a boat on the harbour and also wider in terms of whether or not they should be getting in the water? I mean, I think people just don't know.
Yeah, obviously, with the events that have occurred over the last week, we've seen...
What happened last
in the
week?
harbour. I know that authorities have been providing those warnings to people that
Oh
are
man,
on those
I have to
boats
check
that we
that
see
out too.
in and around Sydney Harbour.
What happened
in
last
particular.
week in Sydney?
The best thing that people can do is just make sure that they're only recreating, jumping in the water for a short period of time, and make sure that they're keeping an eye out for each other, because if you're in there by yourself, you don't have anyone looking out for you, and the more people that you can have in and around you, probably the safer you will be.
Really good advice.
Yeah.
And look, to everyone who is not working, please be safe this Australia Day, but all of you guys working on the front lines, particularly in Victoria, thanks for the job you're doing, and also the surf lifesavers. We appreciate what you do.
Incredible work.
Thank you, guys.
Sarah, good morning again. We will...
Damn, guys. Oh, that is kind of sad thing to hear about the bushfire. I think it happens every year in Australia. I don't know why, but I have heard so many news. I remember it was, I think, during COVID-19, it was 2019, 2020, where there was a huge bushfire that happened in Australia. I think so many wild animals were dead, so many, people had to shift to next places during the COVID-19. So I remember that news. But why does it happen every year? Is it due to the structure of the Australia? Is it due to the land structure? Is it due to where it's located? Is it due to the heat waves? Or are those heat waves the effect of those huge bush fires? I would love to know. And how are you guys dealing with that? Let me know in the comments. Stay safe, you guys. Stay safe. Check if what is the condition of the weather right now, and only be in a cool temperature, you guys. And that 40 degrees Celsius is not good for humans at all. I cannot survive on that. Even 30 feels a lot hot, hotter to me. So I hope you guys are staying safe, staying cool, and thank you for watching. Do help these firefighters with whatever you guys can. you know I know they cannot fully control these wild bushfires, but they can at least try. They are at least trying. So that is huge thing to do right now. I hope you guys are safe. Thank you for watching. Also do subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you soon. Let me know what should I check out next. Thank you. Bye.